while I was doing it, so that's why I just got it done. But I'm going to be doing a video. What the idea is to take these 3D ear scans and actually turn them into custom IEMs and show you the output, what the custom IEM is like, and also compare them to my old customs done the old-fashioned way, where they stick a bunch of goop in your ear. You got to wait for it to set and pull it out. So I'm going to flick the camera around in a second. We've got Chris, who those of you that watch the podcast will know Chris from the podcast. He's going to get his ears scanned. Peter is the technician from oracledigital.com. He's doing the actual scanning process. We're going to watch him do one first, and then he's actually going to talk to us a bit on the second one. He needs to concentrate, so the first one he's not going to talk to us at all. I'll talk to you a little bit about what's going on, and then the second one he'll actually talk through more of the technicalities. So I hope you enjoy this. It was really interesting for me. I hope it's interesting for you. Okay, so what's happening at the moment is Peter is actually just getting the ear area prepared. So what he explained to me before is this is not so much about the wax in the ear. This is actually about making sure that the surfaces of the ear, the skin surfaces, don't have anything shiny. So the natural oils in our skin, potentially a thin layer of earwax. Yes, Robert's happening right now. And so this is all about making sure the skin is actually not shiny. It's a matte, more of a matte sort of satin surface. And the reason for that is that it's a laser scanning system, so hence sticking lasers in our ears. And so what they'll do is try to get this surface to be as reflective in a predictable way, so not bouncing the laser all around the inside of the ear, but having it only bounce directly off the surface that it's being shined at. So that's what they're doing right now, is cleaning Chris's ears to get that ready. Now they're putting on a headset. Now what this headset's going to do is it's going to help the system, and therefore Peter, who's running the system, to understand how deep into the ear he's putting the camera that's got the laser that shoots out of it. And so this is all about getting the right precision on the location of the probe. It also is just fun to make a scan as well. Sorry, we just dropped out for a second then. You didn't miss anything. So what's happening now is Peter's cleaning up the For those that might be curious, Peter's explaining to me before that this is kind of the similar technology to what's used in dentistry these days. So the dentist can now scan your teeth. Sorry, the internet's pretty average here. It keeps dropping down. So Chris is able to. Sorry, Peter. Running, and I'm getting distracted by some of the comments. Peter, who's running, is able to see what he's doing through a camera there, so he can see deep inside the ear canal, and the system's giving him constant feedback to make sure that what he's doing is safe. So I'll show you on the screen down here. This is what he can see there, and you can see on the right-hand side of that screen, it's starting to generate a 3D scan of the inside of Chris's ear canal. Unfortunately, it's far waxier and hairier in there than you would ever imagine. It's not a pretty process. A very impressive process. Flashing there as the laser is constantly scanning Chris's ear structures. There's a close-up of the little device that's being used around Chris's ears so that the machine knows where it's at. We haven't had a look at the screen over here.
It's actually Princess Leia. This is my...
Your Princess Leia.
It is actually how I normally...
Two things we're going to have to stand together. One is that we might have to invalidate the scan. But that's okay. We'll start again. But also, I did notice that... no, that's fine. I changed the position of the top of your ear, so that was a not natural position, so it would have been incorrect.
So Peter's just stopped the scan for two reasons. One of them was that Chris laughed. So you need to stay really still when you're getting this done. The good thing is that when you're doing the scans, you want to stay really still so that you don't set up any kind of movement in the ear canal. You want to make sure that it's really a sort of consistent size and shape so that the in-ears can fit nicely. And the other thing that Peter noticed was that the surrounds, the ring on the inside of this headset was actually slightly distorting the shape of Chris's ears, so that's why they've also started again. Yeah, apologies if the quality's not so good on this one, folks. The reception here isn't perfect. I apologise for that. To answer the question about having tight-fitting customs causing an issue with bacteria or similar, obviously you need to clean these quite regularly. If you have a custom, it does go quite deep into the ear. It is going to get wax on it, so you do clean them regularly. But they're made of a hard medical-grade acrylic, and so it's very easy to clean them, no problems at all. I'll just come around the front here. So the cool thing here is that if you were doing this with an audiologist, which is the old-fashioned way of doing it, then you're going to have to sit still like Chris is right now for around about probably 6 or 7 minutes, and that's per ear. It could be even a bit longer than that. I've forgotten exactly how long it was. It's been a while since I did it, but they've got to stick this goop into your ear. It creates quite a lot of pressure in the ear because they've got to force it in there, make sure there's no gaps, make sure there's no holes or air bubbles. Then you've got to sit and wait for it to dry, and then they have to release the pressure and extract it from there. So it's an uncomfortable, not a horrible process, but an uncomfortable process, and it's quite a time-consuming process. What you'll find is if you sit down to do a 3D scan like this one that Peter's doing now, we timed him doing mine before, we took our time, we chatted a bit, and it was all done both ears in 5.5 minutes. So it's a really quick process. Oh, that's right. I was going to show you before. If I come around to the screen, you can actually see the shape of Chris's ear is actually gradually appearing on screen there. So you can see where Peter's scanning and how it's filling in the gaps.
You know he has to restart if you laugh, Chris.
As you can see, it's the end of the day. All the stock's going back to the stock room right now. If you missed coming in today, it's still on tomorrow. It's also on Sunday. At this stage, I think I'll be here tomorrow for a few hours, probably 4 hours. Hello, that'll have to be tomorrow. So what Peter's doing, just capturing the last little bits and pieces. So any of the little holes there, he's trying to fill in the holes. So as you can see, it's quite a precise process. He's got to make sure he fills in all the gaps, gets all the right angles, the bits and pieces, because all of this information goes off to a custom IEM manufacturer so that they can actually mould custom IEMs for you. And it needs to fit perfectly in your ear so it's comfortable. It needs to be accurate so they can fit it to your ears perfectly. So you'll see here, Peter's now manipulating it to see what's missing, what else he might need to do. So I think now what he's trying to do is just fill in this little bit that's missing over here. The thing I wanted to show you before that we can see now is this bar at the top of the screen, the red through green through blue, is actually telling Peter how far into the ear canal he is. So as long as he's in the blue section, there's no risk at all. And the idea is it's going to give him a warning when he's in a safe band but deep in the ear, before it gets to the red band, which is where you're getting a little bit close to the eardrum, and obviously you need to stop straight away at that stage. It's looking like he's pretty much finished that ear, that's the left ear.
So we've had a little bit of movement there. It's pretty cool. So we'll do the other side and then we'll come back and fix this one. But the invalidation of the scan is primarily because one of the cloud point, the dots or the coordinates, if you will, the machine would have recorded in a certain place in 3D space, and then the headset moved or something like that, but it's gone back and gone, wait a second, I've gone over the same area, now that's moving. So it was this far away from that, is now further, what's changed, so therefore it can't say it's a correct.
Okay.
So, not a problem, we're not wasting anything, so we'll just do the other side and come back to this one.
Cool.
And I'll just swap sides.
I'm video at this stage. I think you've all seen as much as you're going to see, even if we watch another one. But let me know in the comments if this is interesting to you. I was hoping on this one to get Peter to talk us through it a bit more. What I can do though is come back and do a live with Peter tomorrow and just get him to talk us through the pros and the cons, why this is a good system, all that sort of information. So if you're interested live on that exact topic.